Okay, here we go to the English Premier League review and preview. Review of match day 4, I think that was, and preview match day 5. I can easily look that up where we are. 5, so it's a review on match day 5 and a preview on match day 6. In fact, if we look at the table, we can, of course, at any point do this and try to find some hints where we are going or how good we are, or well, at least what we may expect from this campaign. For example, if you see, usually the teams in the upper half are green, which means they have more points than expected, they score more goals than expected, they concede less, which makes it green. If you see Manchester City, they are red because they did not fulfill what could have been expected from them. Of course, 3 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss is still fine, but they will not be happy because, well, they are in fact expected to be a bit better. Chelsea took over, Liverpool in 2nd place, Manchester United in 3rd place. All are level on points with a goal difference. Even Chelsea and Liverpool all the same, 12-1 goals. Chelsea, I expected only 2.76, for Liverpool 6.53. It's also a matter of who they played, so Chelsea must have had stronger opposition, most likely. But also I rated them maybe a bit lower, which may not be justified. I may have adjusted after a couple of match days their evaluation, and they are the top respected side at the moment, with Thomas Tuchel doing a good job, which no one should doubt, winning the Champions League and also now even improving the team and getting them to the top for now. Manchester United, Liverpool, of course, they also improved their squads. No, Liverpool stayed the same, which is sometimes also good news. Not to have to integrate new players. Manchester United, of course, improved with Ronaldo and so on. Brighton and Hove also continuing their good shape from last campaign. And Everton also doing okay, although they now lost to Aston Villa. Tottenham are in some trouble at the moment. West Ham doing fine. Brentford won promotion. Usually, well, those teams surprise us. Why would they? Aston Villa, fine shape. Watford also doing okay, but they faced Norwich, bottom club, once again bottom, after they relegated 2 years ago, also with a pretty terrible record in the end. Leicester City, not quite where they would like to be. There it's red again, right? And then it's only Crystal Palace who overperformed slightly. And from then on, they are usually red because they just simply did not get what they were hoping for or what I expected for them. It is also always kind of a little bit of philosophy as well, because you say, well, why would we expect something? Am I right about what I expect from them? Are the results doing them any justice? Should they deserve? Are they deserving better, or are they playing worse than expected? Was I wrong here, or anything to adjust? Or are they going to continue their bad shape maybe if they are low, or their good shape if they are at the top, which you usually also expect in some sense. But you also have to watch out, because it's a tight game, a tough game, the game of football, and they all try their best, and they are on pretty high level, both usually the sides, and anyone can trouble the other one. So it's all getting a bit philosophy, but this is the whole thing of what is going to happen in the future and about the time and so on. There it is already getting philosophical, because people are also searching those answers, what is going to happen, by reading their lifelines or whatever that is, or swinging the, what is it, pendulum? I don't know what you do. We say reading the coffee, how do you call that? Rest of the coffee. There you try to tell and find what is going to happen in the future. And also surprises may be coming. There are probabilities. What is the thing we have to consider? Are there higher mites somewhere that are steering our fortunes? I don't know. All those huge, big questions. Newcastle, Leeds, I have favorite Leeds. We have another draw. We have quite a few draws, a bit too many at the moment all over the place. I'm trying to reflect that in my prices. We can usually, the bookmaker prices, tune in here as well to do the comparison. Wolves lost to Brentford, which was a little surprise, but computer would have slightly even indicated this. With a 540 or so, and even I think I suggested this, I'm not sure, but Burnley Arsenal, we have a 2.18 here, maximum was 2.10. Arsenal won again by a goal to 0. Okay, fine, but was it, well, I was not wrong with this one, but I also didn't have a bet there. Liverpool Crystal Palace was a 3-0 win. It was even close chance to bet on them for 133, because always when the price we get at market is higher than the true price we have, then we have a bet. So Liverpool we could have bet, was an easy win, so to say, but Manchester City was a rising price. The maximum here is misleading. There is a data error somewhere. It was 117 in the end, and I actually even proposed it then, but they didn't manage to win, which is of course very poor. They cannot see off Southampton. What I wanted to say is the tool I'm using here is also available for you. If you check in the description below, there you can get access to this tool and compile the prices all by yourself. They are based on these settings on this ranking more or less. This is the actual ranking that I'm working with. Still Manchester City on top, and Chelsea in second, Liverpool in third place, which sounds pretty okay. Liverpool doing very good job. Third place, Manchester United. Here's the quotient of the two values. How many goals are they going to score? Are they going to concede? You even have this in home and away fashion, which is usually reflecting how many they score and concede, but with the adjustment that are done weekly by the results, the strength will change accordingly, according to the results, like in ELO rating in chess. Right, so you can check out here. Do you think Brighton are now better than West Ham or Arsenal, or do you think this is fine? It's doing them justice. I can't say. I can only say the prices are compiled on this basis, and of course we can check for every other game. Do we like the price compiled, or do we trust market, or do we think, well, our own opinion is worth it? I'm a bit annoyed here because there are data error in this. And I don't want to display them here. It's not my fault. It's from the Sportsmonk that we are getting the data from. Where they are sometimes sneaking in some fancy prices or odds or also other data. I hope not, but the results are usually correct. Norwich lost at home to Watford. I was talking about this. Computer favored Norwich. I didn't accept that fully. So it wasn't such a huge surprise. They are again miserable. Will they have a chance? We can't say it. Aston Villa, computer was even favoring Aston Villa. Market didn't fully agree. I think I didn't propose it. I'm not sure. But usually we can. We see here it's 260 was the maximum. So then it would have been indicated. Not for a lower price. Brighton did beat Leicester. I think computer wanted Leicester here, 226. We even had 3.01. So market, they very much like Brighton, as I just described. They had a very good end of last campaign. Now they are starting off brightly again. So it's a bit like Mainz, also in Germany. They simply don't stop winning. I mean, I found Leicester very good, but what about Brighton? They seem to be excellent. Manchester United was even slightly indicated, was it? 1.92, 2.0. Well, I was quite happy with the price. The winning goal came in 93rd minute, so it took them some time. They still won in the end, maybe a bit luckily. In Tottenham-Chelsea, I was pretty uncertain also about the bet on Tottenham because they are not so reliable at the moment, not so good. And Chelsea are just cruising, unstoppable it seems. So now we look at this next match day, and if there are prices already, I'm not so happy with it because I can't remove them here. I would like to do so. At the moment it doesn't work, but now I'm gonna recompile them. Maybe it had been recompiled already, but you see that you select the match day and then you go and compile. You can do this all on your own when you take your copy of this program, which is very easy. Just 2 steps away, and you have all those prices on your desk. And keep in mind that all the markets you get here, Asian handicap, Asian goal lines, 1x2, double chance, who's gonna score, correct score, over, under, no, not who's gonna score, both teams to score, and so on. They are all going along with these evaluations. So as soon as you're happy with the price on the game itself, all the others will be derived from there. So Chelsea-Man City market will consider also an even game, I'm sure, or I checked this already. Even Man City still very slight favorites, exactly as the computer says. So I'm very happy with my settings because I appreciate very much Chelsea, but Man City know what is at stake here, and they still may prove we are the better side. It is a close one. No bet here suggested. I wouldn't really. I can't suggest then better than the computer does. Of course, sometimes I can because I just overrule and say myself, well, I like this price or I don't like it, or I'm gonna bet this. If we have 142 on Manchester United, there is a small chance to bet that because computer says 137. You saw my rankings. It was Manchester United in 3rd place. Maybe market does not fully trust them yet. I wouldn't know why. They scored many goals. They are doing fine. Okay, last winner against West Ham United. Maybe a bit luckily. Aston Villa with a fine win over Everton. But that's maybe the reason why we get this very good price, because 142 simply sounds like a good price to me. Still, so I may suggest it because there are not so many other chances even to bet on. But of course, this is not a good reason why you would bet something. In Everton Norwich, do we have this game as well? Here it's this is 158. Now we could go back to 158 is exactly my price. Still, we have well. If it's an even bet, if 158 is the true price, that is the reciprocal of the winning probability. So computer says the winning probability for Everton is exactly 1 divided by 158. So we get exactly the true price, the fair price on this win. So if you like it, you'd select it. If you say Norwich are no good, this is like Fürth. Also, they won promotion, still don't seem to have a chance after 5 games been played. Also in England, they lost all of them. Fürth won a single point. We can't be so certain, but maybe they are going to improve. But Everton with a bad loss, but before that they had been doing well. So we could select this. In the Leeds West Ham, I'm not so certain about this one because computer says here maybe Leeds, maybe. But Leeds had been doing awfully bad so far. 3 draws, 2 losses. I don't know. West Ham are okay, 2 wins, 2 draws, 1 loss only. But would that make Leeds West Ham favorites? We also are not so certain about Leeds in the second campaign in the Premier League because that's usually when you have it some more difficulties, right, to approve there. So it's maybe not a good suggestion. Leicester, in fact, I would like. We just select favorites here, but Leicester, why not? I mean, they lost badly, that's why you get this price. Okay, but we know Burnley are not doing so well and are struggling, and Leicester are still okay. I mean, of course, they want to be a bit higher, but the performances, I like them also against Man City when I think they didn't even deserve to lose this. But okay, so I may suggest this. Liverpool may have been an indication even yesterday, 148. I have true price 147. So we could also go with Liverpool. We have this always the same problem with the Champions League, but these teams are usually, they are used to playing week in, week out, and twice a week, and so on. So I wouldn't mind so much. But of course, Brentford are doing very well. Market likes them, but Liverpool really had been outstanding. I mean, great. I wouldn't say I haven't expected it, because I have expected exactly what the computer tells me. But so I expected them to make 11 points. They won 13 or whatever that is. But what I would have expected is market is doing them slight injustice in saying the others improved and they didn't. Also, right, in the lineups. Also, and no new players. Also, but then I think well, in fact, it is also sometimes pretty good to stick to your guns, right? You got what you got, and if you saw Mo Salah playing, or you know all the likes there, also the captain there, Henderson. Also, they are just excellent. So why would you replace them, right? I mean, just a very good team, and now they are proving in some sense that it doesn't do you much harm not to improve, because you are good enough, right? And Southampton Wolves, I think I'm quite happy with market. I agree fully here. Very slight favorites are Southampton, that's fine. Arsenal, Tottenham 230. I don't know. They are both in some dire straits. Computer agrees here with the 230. So I'm going to agree as well. 248. We don't have a bet here. I don't want Tottenham, even if it's more than 3.10, true price 3.05. I'm not going to touch this. On Monday, we have Crystal Palace against Brighton. We can pretty well predict what's going to happen. Computer still says, and Crystal Palace are doing a good job, and still says they are favorites. Brighton are doing so well, so we can do adjustments there as well, just for the game, right? And simply say, well, Brighton are doing so well. That's Brighton. We simply make them like 10% better or something like that, 11% better, and I'm going to save it, compile it here. Now, there is no more indication. Computer now says it's an even game, exactly even, more or less, and so we are happy with the price. We're not going to bet it. We're not going to touch it, right? So we would have like 4 very slight indications, Everton not even indicated. In this case, it's just favorites. But usually the regular punter, they go searching for the favorites, right? So in this case, you're even approved. You can try, why not? And here you got 4 pretty good sides. I wouldn't say Manchester United, Cristiano Ronaldo, who wouldn't wish to support them. You can do. We know why. Maybe this indicated because they had some trouble. Aston Villa doing fine. In the Everton, we can say they lost badly, but Norwich with 5 losses now, they can't stop the bleeding. Leicester, they did lose. Maybe that's why we get a better price. Burnley not doing well. Liverpool, you can always trust, but Brentford are the side really putting up some resistance right from the start. So this is still my proposals here, and I would, the over-under, okay, we can quickly go through it because I know it is a huge market that's being bet on, but actually I'm a bit, what I would like to bet on is always, it's 30 years now, more than 30 years, and even a few years back when I've not done it professionally, but I've been approaching this all the time, of course. But it is, I would like to bet on the things that the team I bet on are suffering, or the event I bet on that means something to them, and it is important for the table, for whatever they can reach. So I would like to prefer mostly to bet on what helps the teams, and so if I'm happy, they are happy, and so on. If you bet on the over-under, you know what's going to happen. If you bet on over in Chelsea, Manchester City, and you see it's a 1-0 Manchester City, let's say, after 25 minutes even, then you see them starting to defend. So they care for their success. They do not care for your bet and for your money. That's why I somehow dislike them, and I also find it, it is less attractive watching it. You can say, I watch football games because I want to see goals. Okay, very good. But they do not care for what you would wish to see, right? I mean, they want a result. That's all I'm saying. And that's why I'm a bit, of course, still it's all mathematics. And here you see there's no indication 220 true price. And the price here is 2.02, 173. There I have 183, so we are right in the middle. Manchester United against Aston Villa, 3.5 goals, 235. So we look it up here, 235. This is not a price to bet on. Against it would be 168. We get 155, so no bet. And Watford, we have 197 on the over 2.5. Which was the game again? Sorry. Watford. I said Watford, but I was wondering because they are way below. 197, no bet there. Also no bet on the under. Everton, we have 178 on the over. Everton 178 is 192. 2.09 on the under is the true price. That's 197. No bet here. Leeds over 162 to 20. We keep that in mind. 162, that is exactly the true price. So we can consider, if you wish to do such a bet, if you think there are goals to come, you rather check the performances of these teams. It is West Ham. They are pretty good. 11-7, that's 18 goals. That's about 3 more than I expected. I expected 14.72 and it had been 18. So this is a very good over. And for Leeds, it is 5-12. It's also 17 goals. I expected 15. So also 2 goals better. And I expected 18 and 17. That's 35 goals in 10 games. That's an average of 3.5 per game that had been coming. My expectancy for the game is still just 3.09. So I'm way below what happened so far. And I'm still having kind of an indication. So we can consider, if you like the bet, go ahead, fire away, and try your best. We have an indication, which is not a real indication. Maybe you get a better price even at market than at Betago, the one I'm betting on here, or I'm doing my proposals here, or the comparison. In the Leicester, we have 185, 186 is the true price. You can also consider here, if you like the over, now it's 183, maybe change right this second, or I forgot, or 183, 186, this is no bet. In the Brentford, that's 2.5, 170, that's 185, no bet there. Southampton 2.5, 2.02, 173. Southampton 2.5, 173. That is close to an under. Do you wish this to be an under? Southampton, Wolverhampton sounds like an under to me. So if you like it, it's 173. You only have a small disadvantage here. So if you like it, you can overcome this. In Arsenal Tottenham 2.05 on, that's 2.06. Of course, this is a classical, this is a derby, this is a very hot one, going to be Hotspur, going to be expected. So computer likes the over, market says no goals in this one. I agree, it is not even indicated. And if we look at the goals they scored, or Arsenal just 2 now in 5 games, they are not on fire, so we don't want that. Crystal Palace 2.5, 2.25 the price, way far away. That would rather be an under. There we could consider 160 is the price, and true price is 159. So if you like this one, go ahead and bet on it. We can compare, of course, in the table, Crystal Palace, Brighton. I'm afraid that we won't have good news here. Brighton are 11 goals, while I expected around 11. Okay, that one's fine. Crystal Palace is 13 goals, while I expected 13.73. So is it an over and under? It is, both of them are very close. So we can say judgment is right. So why would you bet it if it's not even really indicated? 1.6, 1.59 true price, no real indication. Why would you try if there's no such clear indication? So thanks a lot for watching. Check out the links below and leave a like or a comment if you wish to or if you have any further questions also on the tool, the usage of the tool, go ahead, get in touch with me. You will get all the answers you needed, and you will get very good results in your future betting career. This I can promise. Of course, you have to stick to this tool and the suggestions. It's going to do a very good job for you. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.